Blackboard and it did not open. It said I wasn't allowed or something. So I went to my email from Blackboard and then I clicked it and it joined.
From the email. Okay.
Mhm.
I did it through Blackboard, but I'm on my iPad, so I don't know if that makes a difference.
Did any of you join using the link in the announcement? Or did you all join using the link in the email? Because maybe.
I use the announcements.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to have to report
Yeah,
that.
there's still at least 2 more people that are waiting.
Okay, yeah, I don't see them.
They're on the group app, so.
Did you tell them to try joining from the email?
Yes.
Okay.
Someone said it didn't work.
The email didn't work, or
Yeah, the email from the Blackboard.
And
then someone else was waiting.
But they are expecting you to be able to think this through. Okay? And so we just divide 800 by 6.
Yes, they're still waiting.
people.
Okay, question.
Can you? Let's see.
Excellent.
So
Okay,
wow,
the moment you've all been waiting for. Okay? IV feedback. An hour and 45 minutes. We've been building up to this moment. The thing to remember is in the
okay. If you in the group chat, if you can ask them for their ACC email address, I think that I can invite them directly from this meeting. And then if you just put it in the chat, I'll.
Okay, I'll announce it.
Thank you. So let's see, who else do we have? We have, is that Andrea?
Then I'm going to try to use my volume over time formula.
And then I hope I don't forget your name. Is it Azucena? Azucena?
Yes.
I am going to put in a link in our chat. And if you haven't already, I need you guys to sign in. They require me to have everybody sign in. It's taking a sec to do that.
We're going to use that over 30 minutes.
15. I'm going to go and mute you because I can kind of hear your dosage in the background.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. Okay. All right. So, family, I'm teaching. I'm sorry. Okay, guys. So, how many of you have been to an SI? You can just raise your hand if you've been to an SI session before. Okay, good. So, looks like most of you have not. So, what an SI session is, or supplemental instruction, is a study session, basically. And it's super helpful for you guys in an online class, right? Because in an online class, you really are kind of doing everything on your own. And so, especially with COVID and this rush where we all went to online learning and distance learning, I think ACC really stepped it up, and they created this program to help everybody be able to still connect with each other. So you guys are in a distance class, but you can still work together, learn from your classmates. And I will be the first to admit, I am not an expert in pharmacology by any means, but I have successfully taken this class with Nancy. So I feel like I can be a very good resource for you guys, and especially in helping you prepare for exams. I'm just going to take a minute, guys, and invite people whose names are in the chats. So there's one. Thank you, Adela, for doing that.
You're welcome.
Other people. And one more. I really hope this works for them. All right. So I hope, okay, I sent out the emails. You can let them know to the 3 that you had listed. Oh, well, there's 4. Okay. So I'm going to send them the link. And if they still can't get in, unfortunately, I have no idea why they can't get in. I can email my boss, but he's not going to answer right now. He's not at work. So, but it's good that, you guys are here. So I know it is working. Technology. So our SI sessions are a place for us to get together and kind of work through the course material. And so I would say the basis behind it is if you guys can work together and you are familiar with where to find the information, and you come to class and you're like, okay, I've been able to study this part and I feel comfortable with this part of the lecture, but maybe not necessarily with another part. But somebody else might have picked up more easily on a different part of the lecture than you. So by coming together, we can play games. We can kind of have different ways for us to interact with your course material. So I have different ways for us to interact with your course material. So that way you can learn from each other, and we can help teach each other and learn from each other. Because if you're able to teach something to somebody, explain it out loud, then you are more likely to retain that information. So I try when I'm going through your course material, because I've had to kind of tweak things because you're in a condensed session. I'm trying to pull out the important pieces or the important topics, right? So what I am going to do right now is first pull up, and I'm hoping some of you, at least some of you, are familiar with this. It's called the Jamboard. To do a jam? Raise your hand if you've used a jam before in a previous class. Yeah. Someone needs access to SI session. There we go. Okay. So I'm going to pull up a jam. All right. And I'm going to share this with y'all. All right. Can everybody see the Jamboard? Can you raise your hand if you can see the Jamboard, or write chat? Yes. Awesome. Thank you. Okay. So here's one of the tools that we will be using as a jam. And these are awesome because you guys can get together, and I can either put you in groups depending on how many people we have, and you guys can work together through this jam board. And these are the important topics that I pulled out of your lecture. Okay, things that will definitely be testable materials. So it's almost like a slideshow. So here we are. We have the first one. It says 7 rights of medication administration. Another topic, drug nomenclature, pregnancy safety categories, controlled substance examples, and drug safety. Okay. So if you can, please pull up your Unit 1 in your Unit 1 folder, that introductory lecture. I think it's the very first one listed, I believe. Okay. Okay, I'm going to, in the chat, put a link. Oh, okay. Did everybody get the link in the chat for the jam? Yes? Okay. So if you all open the jam board. Okay, oops, where did I go? All right, do you guys see it? You're all in there. So I would like you guys to work together through this, okay? So what we'll do, and I'm just going to kind of give you an example here. Since most of you have not used this before, I'm going to kind of show you how to use it. When you're in a jam, now this is just a blank jam. There's many things you can do. Okay, this is your pen, so you can write if you want to, but as we all know, like writing with a mouse doesn't necessarily work that well. Okay, so, and then you can erase, there's eraser. This is just the pointer tool. Sticky notes. So you can type topic 1. Choose whatever color you want. Save. Okay. And you can make it bigger. You can make it smaller. Click on those to edit what you wrote. You can duplicate it if you need to. Okay. So sticky notes, you can move them around. And then images, if you need to. I don't think in any of these topics we'll need to do that. Drawing a circle. Text box, you can use a text box. Definition. Okay. So you can move them around, do whatever you want. Draw a line to connect the two. So this is just, it's like your whiteboard. Okay, now you guys should all be able to work together and edit the same document. Okay, all together at the same time, simultaneously. Okay, so I'm gonna stop presenting. All right, so I could have, I'm gonna type in the chat. Let's start. There's 5 slides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. I'm going to have us just do slide. I'm only going to have us do the first 4 since there's 8. I'm going to divide it evenly so that you guys can work with a partner. Oh. 22. Slide 2, Christina and Yesenia. Slide 3, Carrie. And, oh, Tamar, you're there twice. Okay, we'll do the first 3 then. Carrie and, oh wait, yeah. Andre. There we go. So that should be everybody. All right. Can you guys give me a little message in your chat if you understand what we're doing right now, or unmute if you have a question?
So I'm trying to, I have the app, the Jamboard app, and okay. So I'm watching your presentation on my laptop, but I have the app pulled up on my iPad.
Okay.
And it's just asking for a code for this Jamboard.
Okay, hold on a second. Let me just make sure I have it set. Anyone with this link can edit. You should, can somebody else try to perhaps make a slide? Okay, so it is working.
Okay.
And it's showing that on my end, it says anyone with the link can edit it. So you should be able to.
Right. I'm clicking the link and it's not opening it. My other question was in my AMP class, we had a Jamboard link or topic or button on the on our Blackboard for that class. Is it possible to get that so that we can easily access it?
Oh, I see what you mean.
Mm-hmm.
She posted it as part of the course material so you could practice with it.
Exactly. Yeah. This was last fall.
I can certainly email it to whoever was here in the session.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Because I'm not sure if I'm quite allowed to just post something in your course materials.
Okay.
But if it's something that we cover in an SI session, I can certainly follow up this session with the links to the Jamboard and what you had to practice with here.
That'd be great. Thank you. Sometimes it's only fair. Yeah, we got a lot to look at. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem. I mean, I appreciate you guys taking the time to come. I know it helps you, but I also feel like it's nice for me to not sit here by myself. So I appreciate that you guys are here and willing to interact and give this a shot. So, so Carrie, are you saying you still can't get into this Jamboard?
Well, I can pull it up on my laptop. Yes, I was just trying to use it with the app.
The app, okay.
Because I have like the Apple Pencil and with my iPad, and so it'd be easy to just work with the pencil.
Right.
But I do almost all my work on my iPad, so I guess that's why I was just asking if there was a way to use the app. Yeah.
On my iPad as well, so I can write on it. It seems to be working when I clicked on it. And I downloaded the app.
Okay.
Yesenia says maybe try it just on the website. That's how I have it pulled up.
Okay. It's fine. I'll figure it out. But thank you, everyone.
Thank you, guys. All right. So let's have you guys start going through. And who did I say? Slide 1. Asusena, please correct me if I'm pronouncing your name incorrectly. I feel terrible. And Tamar, same. If I'm pronouncing any of your names incorrectly, just let me know. Okay. And so you two have the 7 rights of medication administration. So you're going to, all of these slides come from that Unit 1 first lecture, the introduction to pharmacology, that introduction lecture. Okay, so you're going to find all the information you need here. So I'm leaving it up to you guys to decide how you want to present the information. So you're going to find this in your lecture. Maybe you already know this, but present it in a way where you can share it with the rest of us and kind of make sense, map it out for us, okay? Same thing for, let's see, slide 2, Christine and Yesenia, you guys will have the drug nomenclature. Now, for the drug nomenclature, let's see. One, two, oh. There we go. All right, so for the drug nomenclature, I have kind of given it a head start, okay? So pharmaceutically equivalent, there should be 4 topics. Now, if you want to delete these circles, feel free. If you want to completely redo this, feel free, okay? So however you guys want to best make sense of this. Okay, and then the third slide, pregnancy safety categories, category A, B, C, D, and X. And you can figure out here. You can either add more sticky notes like category A is this drug. Okay. Or, and this definition. Okay. You can do it like that, but you don't have to. Do whatever you want, however you two best think that you can present this information to the rest of the class. Okay? So I'm going to give you a little bit of time to get through these, and I'll kind of wait to see how far you guys get before coming to a stopping point, and then we'll kind of go over them, and then we can get through the next 2 slides together. Okay? Slides 4 and 5. All right. So I'm going to stop sharing. And if you guys just go in and you guys can start editing the Jamboard, okay?
I'm sorry, you said the information was in the PowerPoints for Unit 1?
Yes.
Okay.
The very first one. So, Asusana and Tamar, I'm not sure who's typing right now on your slide, and your writing is beautiful using the mouse, but you also have on the left-hand side, you can use a text box if you wanted and just type it, if that is easier. Totally up to you, but I know writing with a mouse is extremely difficult. So just know that that tool is there for use. And Yesenia, can you see my text on slide 2? I can. Same. Let me move it over just. This is slide 2. So you've got Christine and Yesenia. Okay. Yes, Yesenia and Christine. I'm just going to shuffle around. Yeah. So let's see. I'm going to shuffle around your answers to kind of make it this so that what you guys are writing and typing are in the same box, basically. But yeah, you got the same answers. So awesome. Perfect.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
And we have more people joining us. Okay. So 2, 3. Carrie and Andrea, do you need some help with your pregnancy safety categories? I don't see anything yet.
Yeah, I'm still trying to find that intro thing. So
okay, so here we go. Let me do this for you. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen. Welcome, welcome to everybody who was just able to log on. I'm going to take just a second right here, and in the chat, for anybody who has not signed in yet, if you can please, here's the link to the sign-in form. If you can please, 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 please sign in, I would greatly appreciate it. Okay. And Svetlana, welcome. Please sign in. I put the link in the chat. All right, so let's see. I'm going to share my screen so that way you guys can see where this information is found, okay? All right. Share window. That one. All right. Okay, so here, mine looks a little bit different than yours, but it should have this the same format. Okay, so here you are, and you will go to your course content, right? And this is where she has all the units that you're going to be covering. You're in Unit 1. So we're going to click on Unit 1. Then we want to get to the lectures. So you're going to go down to this folder, Unit 1 Lectures. Now, and here we go. The Unit 1 lecture notes, this Unit 1 introduction. If you click on that, open it up, you'll see your slides. And this Unit 1 introduction is where you'll find the information for the slides that we're working on right now. Okay. So I invite, all right, let's see. I'm not sure if everybody can see the Jamboard right now. So everybody who's joined in, we are working on what's called a Jamboard. Some of you might have used it in another class, and it's like an interactive whiteboard. Okay. So I'm going to get this Jamboard. I'm going to get the link in case some of you can't see it. All right. So I'm going to post the link again into the chat for our Jamboard so everybody can access it. Now, in our Jamboard, there are 5 slides. Okay, 1, 2, or I'm sorry. I thought there was. Okay, somebody must have accidentally added one. But there are 5 slides for us to go through. Okay. So we are going to take a look at it. There we go. All right. So our first slide on your Jamboard is the 7 rights of medication administration. Okay. So we started with, and again, this is all important information that's coming from this Unit 1 introduction lecture from the slides, the lecture slides, the PowerPoint. So we have right patient. Who else has an answer we can add? And you can go ahead and add it. Oh, look at that. Wow, it was magic. Awesome. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Perfect. Good. So what are the 7 rights of medication administration? We could say, yes, it's right patient, right medication, right dosage, right time, right route of administration, right form, right documentation. But what is the purpose of this? What is the purpose of knowing what the 7 rights are? What do you think? There's no right or wrong answer. I just want to know what you think. To avoid error. Yes, absolutely. So, right patient, making sure that they're getting the ordered medication first, right? Shan, give the right patient the right drug. Katie, for safety reasons. Yes, absolutely. Making sure that we give them the right dosage is why you guys are working right now on your dosage calculations and having to pass 2 dosage exams, right? It's super, super important. And knowing all of your conversions and making sure that you're using the right conversion factors so that way your math is right. Right time, making sure you're not giving the patient medication before they need it or waiting too long. Right route of administration. What is route of administration? What are some routes of administration? Vaginal, rectal, oral, intramuscular, IV, subcutaneous. What is subcutaneous? Fat underneath the skin. Andrea, Yesenia said this is to avoid legal issues. Andrea, we had a bring it the wrong patient to a room and the doctor caught it. Wrong medication. Ooh, thank goodness. Okay, Andrea. Yes, so cute fat. Okay, so 7 rights of a medication. Very, very important to know. Not just for testing, but in practice, right? Okay, good. Second slide, let's see. We have drug nomenclature. I invite, who filled this out? Can somebody, I can't find who I assigned these to. Is it Christine or Yesenia? Can one of you kind of pop in and explain what this is? What you filled out?
Yeah, I can.
Thank you.
Sorry, I'm like working on my iPad. I'm trying to pull it up.
No, it's okay.
Okay, so we're talking about drug nomenclature.
Mm-hmm.
So is generic and brand equivalencies. So there's pharmaceutical equivalent, which means that there's the same makeup, same strength, same quality, and same purity in that drug. And then there's therapeutic equivalent, which is like depends on like duration and intensity. So
Right.
is it like generic versus brand prescriptions?
Right. Right. And so it'll have the same therapeutic equivalent and the same pharmaceutical equivalent. Okay. So there's two different types of equivalencies. Good. Thank you. All right. So let's do this. If you guys can, if you have up your Unit 1 lectures, let's start filling this out. Let's start filling it out. All right. So you guys, we have 3, 4. You know what we'll do? Let me see how many. I'm going to stop presenting for a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All right. Let's see if I can put you in groups. This is my first time using Google Meet. I'm used to using Zoom. Okay. Well, I'm not going to worry about it right now. All right. So let's just start. If you have up your notes or you have stuff you want to start adding, let's go ahead and knock this out. What does it mean? Category A, category B, C, D, and X. This is
A is like whenever that's not harmful to the fetus.
Good. Oh, let me share. I'm sorry. I'm looking at our Jamboard. Which any of you are welcome. Hop in there and edit. Give you a minute to do that. Okay. Oof. All right. So category A, no risk to fetus in the first trimester. No evidence of risk in later trimesters. How many trimesters in a pregnancy?
3.
Okay, so no risk in the first trimester, no evidence of risk in later. That's category A. Category B, animal studies indicate no risk to fetus, but there are no adequate studies in women. Okay, so that's category B. I'm sorry. Category C, animal studies indicate some risk, but benefits might outweigh the risk depending on what the situation is. Okay, and again, no adequate studies in women. D, studies show positive fetal risk. Some benefits may outweigh the risk. Okay. And then X, definitely studies show fetal abnormalities and fetal risk. And at this point, the risk clearly outweigh any of the benefits because it would be harmful to mom or baby to give this drug, dangerous to baby. Okay, so what is the safest category of drugs to give a pregnant mom. Good. So what if I ask you, this category of drugs shows some risk to the fetus in animal studies?
Category C.
Yes. Okay. And what about, there's no adequate studies in women, but animal studies show that there's no risk to the fetus? Which category?
B.
Yes. Okay. Good, good. And then definitely positive fetal risk, and the risk clearly outweigh the benefits. Which category? Okay. Awesome. Awesome. Okay. 4. Schedule drugs. Ah, yes, I see. You guys listed them so nicely. Beautiful. All right. So can somebody raise your hand if you can? I'm going to, let's see. I need to be able to see you guys. There we go. Explain to us what is the technical definition, or what is the definition of a Schedule 1 drug? You can explain that to us. Tell us what that means.
So I think Schedule 1, yes, is highly abused, has potential high abuse potential, and
Mm-hmm.
it cannot be used medically, such as heroin and on the list is marijuana and
Right.
LSD. Oh, sorry, didn't see people typing.
No, that's good. Thank you. Thank you. Can you unmute and let me know how to pronounce your name?
Oh yes, my name is pronounced knee, like your knee, like.
Nee. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Nee.
You're welcome. Yeah.
Okay. And then who can I have somebody explain to us what is a Schedule 2 drug?
Schedule 2 is like accepted for medical use. And there's some new prescriptions. Some examples are like morphine, codeine, Vicodin, but it's also still high up in abuse potential.
Yes. Thank you, Christine. And then what about Schedule 3? Someone, anyone. Be our winner.
Moderate abuse potential. There's accepted medical use, but there's limitations on refills, such as codeine, combo drugs, Tylenol with codeine.
Thank you. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Now you notice, I just want to point this out so that way when it comes to your taking your test, it's pretty clear, or it's not confusing. You have, as a Schedule 2 drug, right, you have codeine. And your Tylenol with codeine would be your Schedule 3. So I don't want you to get confused if there's a drug listed and it's asking you what schedule it is. That if you see Tylenol with codeine, don't immediately think codeine and it's a Schedule 2. Okay? Because Tylenol with codeine is actually Schedule 3. But codeine, straight codeine, just as codeine, then yes, it would be a Schedule 2. Okay, can somebody explain what a Schedule 4 drug is?
That one just has low abuse potential, and it's also limited on refills, but it's not as high as like heroin or morphine.
Good. Low abuse potential. And then what about a Schedule 5?
Limited abuse potential, accepted medical use.
Thank you. Okay. So in terms of the scheduling of drugs, what is it based on? What was the common thread through all of these? It is based on high, moderate, low, limited, what?
Their abuse potential.
Their abuse potential, right. And so which has the lowest or a Schedule what drug?
5.
Good. Schedule 5. And then what schedule of drugs have no medical use?
Schedule 1.
Schedule 1.
Awesome. Thank you. Awesome. Good job, guys. All right.
So is a Schedule 5 always one without a prescription? Is it only over the counter?
I don't know, to be honest with you, but I can certainly find out and
Okay.
get back to you guys. I would assume, well, no, I can't assume. I won't assume. I'm not going to say anything, but I will ask and get you an answer. So the question was, are Schedule 5 always over the counter, you said, right?
Yeah.
OTC. Okay. All right. All right. Here's another testable item. So in your, it's the same lecture. We're going to look at, and I think this is towards the middle of the lecture, drug safety. Slide 20. Yeah, it's the same. We're still working with the same lecture. So slide 20. So drug safety. Okay, so here we go. We have, what does LD50 stand for? Who knows?
Isn't it that it'll kill 50% of the animals that are tested?
Yeah, that's good. Yes, I was going more for lethal dose.
Oh, sorry.
I know, that's perfect. Take it a step further. I love it. Lethal dose. Oops. Lethal dose. I'll just put lethal dose. And the lethal dose. What did we say, Carrie? It kills what?
50% of animals tested.
Good. Okay, so I'm going to do LD50. Good. And then ED50. What does ED stand for? Effective dose.
Well, that makes sense.
Okay, and then, boop. Oh no, we're going to, I'm just going to duplicate this. All right, so effective dose. Who can tell me what what ED50 means? In terms of dosing. dose the so trying to look at your okay. So the therapeutic effect. Now okay, let me type this out. Well, no, I think I should share it with you first. Okay. So if you're looking at your lecture and you go to the prior slide, the one that has the time plasma, the curve. Do y'all see that? Okay, so if you're looking at that curve, and I'm just looking at it on my laptop. Okay. There is a therapeutic drug range, right? So somebody ingests a drug, right? And just because you ingest the drug doesn't mean it starts working right away. And the therapeutic dose has to reach a certain level before it starts having a therapeutic effect. Now, as the drugs build up in the body, right, you're going to increase therapeutic effect up until a certain point. And there's a certain point where it then becomes toxic. Okay, so there's this range between ineffective and toxic. And in between, that's the therapeutic. That's your therapeutic effect. Okay, so if we go back to our Jamboard and we're saying an effective dose, ED50. Okay, let me edit this. So our ED50 is, delete that. All right. It's dose that produces therapeutic effect. Oops. Who can tell me what percentage? Blank percentage of the maximal response before it gets toxic. If it's 50, yes. Ding, ding, ding. That's why it's ED50. Okay, that's 50% of the maximal response. Good job. Awesome. Okay. So that's really tiny. So I'm going to make this bigger for you guys. Okay, ED50. Now, the therapeutic index, TI. What is this used to determine? The blank of a drug.
The safety.
Safety. Awesome. Okay, so therapeutic index, TI, that would be determine safety of a drug. Okay. And it's a mathematical equation. You take the lethal dose, right, and divide it by what? If you had to guess over what we just colored. You had to guess of the two things that we covered, lethal dose 50, and we're going to divide it by, good, Andrea, ED50. Okay, so it's a mathematical equation. And it's just an estimate. I'm going to let me say estimate. Okay. So here's your Jamboard. So I will make sure I send this out to you guys. So you guys can have this to study. All right. And I'm going to stop presenting. All right. So that was one of the tools I use for you guys to be able to interact with the materials. Now, I know a lot of you joined in after we had already gotten started. So I'm just going to cover a few, go over a few things that we talked about. These SI sessions, the supplemental instruction sessions, are for you guys to kind of work together because you guys are all virtual, all distance learners. So it's a way for you guys to have some classroom time together and to come and have a place where you can talk about your just the material that you guys are going over, because some of you might understand certain parts of the lectures and certain parts of the material better than others. And so hopefully by collaborating together, we can kind of learn from each other and then also build our strengths and solidify our knowledge by being able to help teach and share with others. Okay, so really these sessions are interactive. And I hope that it is effective for you guys, because I really want to make sure, because there's a lot of information, I just want to help you guys to be able to really kind of narrow in on important. I mean, it's all important, but you know, the most, I don't see even the most, but testable material, right? Really the reasons why we're doing the sessions is so you guys have a better chance of doing well in this class and achieving an A, like most of us are always trying to aim for, right? So props to all of you for putting in the time to come and dedicate some extra study time. All right. So I'm going to close out. So is the Jamboard always auto-save? Yes, it is. So if you actually just save the link, you have it. You always have that link. Okay. And I'm going to now I want to make sure that has everybody signed in, because that's how I will know who to email follow-up materials and follow-up questions to. Awesome.
How do you sign in? I did something.
Okay, so let me post the link. Stick it in our chat. Paste. There you
When
go.
when I went through the link, it asked me for my name. It asked me which class or which SI I was joining. It was tonight, and
Yes, you signed in.
That was all right. Thank you.
Was it. Yes. Yes. Thank you. So, those are my dogs playing in the background. All right. So let me pull up. What would be a fun one to do? Let's do. Let's work with. We're going to do a little Jeopardy game. And this is all, I'm only looking at Unit 1. Now, this one will have information from other parts of Unit 1, more than just the introduction that we just covered with the Jamboard. And we are going to play. Now, I need to share this with you. And you can play. All right. I'm going to send you a link to, it's called Factile. And we're going to play this Jeopardy game. All right, so let me see. How many people do we have? It says that we have 11 people. Well, no, that's not. Well, oh, shoot. Not one. 10. Question and buzzer. To play in buzzer mode. Sure. Why not? Make it fun. Okay. Okay, let me see. Paste. Okay, so actually, guys, here's a different link to join. Oh, Mamma mia. Use this pin to join the game. 4636. Pin 4636. There we go. That working for you guys? Sarah. I'm going to mute for just a second.
So what are we expected to do?
So if you click on the link that I just posted and you enter the pin 4636, you should be able to join in on this Jeopardy game. So we give y'all like another minute to try to get signed in. And if you have trouble, let me know. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Awesome. All right. All right. All right. We're going to go ahead and start the game. One more joined. If you're still joining in and you don't want me to start, if you want another minute, holler. All right. Begin game. Let's do. Okay. So I put it. You want to continue? Yes, we're going to continue. Okay. How to play. You're going to select a question by category and dollar amount. The check mark and X become active upon reading timer completion. click on the check mark if a team gets the answer right. Oh, this is for me. Okay. Select. Okay. Anyway, begin game. Here we go. All right. I guess we start with somebody else is joining us. Okay. All right, Kiara. Are you able to go in and pick, or you can let me know which, I don't know, will it let you choose? Probably not. Kiara, let me know which category and what dollar amount you want me to select. We have equivalence, which is all part of your dosage, right? Your dosing equivalents. Enzymes like enzyme inducers, enzyme inhibitors, safety and legislation, abbreviations, terminology, like definitions, and scheduled drugs that we just went over. Kiara, do you want to go first?
I'm sorry, I have a question.
Can anybody go first?
Who's asking a question? Christine?
Yeah, I'm asking a question. I only see like the buzzer. Is that what I'm supposed to be looking at? Like I don't see the
You don't see.
categories.
Okay.
Right. I had to do a split screen and had my buzzer on one screen and then your Jeopardy game on the other side of my screen.
Are you able to do that? Are you able to see me sharing my screen?
No.
Is anybody else having the same problem?
My own end. I don't know how this game is played.
Jeopardy? So
Yeah.
okay. So you choose, basically you're going to choose one of these boxes, right? You're going to tell me, I would like equivalents. So first you tell me which category you want a question
Okay.
from. And then you tell me, I want equivalents for $100.
Okay.
And then when I pull that over or click on that, it'll give you a question, and you'll have a period of time where you can, well, whoever buzzes first gets to answer. Whoever answers it correctly gets the $100,
Oh, okay.
right? And so that's kind of how you play, and the goal is to like get as much money as you can.
Oh, okay. Can anybody come first, or you're gonna do it according to the way the names are arranged?
Well, I'm looking at Kiara first on my screen. So Kiara, I'm using the name that's on that you signed into Factile with. No? How about watermelon? Who's a watermelon?
That's me.
Okay. Christine? Okay. So watermelon, which category and dollar amount would you like?
I'll do abbreviations for 100.
Abbreviations for 100. All right. What does PC mean? I gotta click on the okay.
Does it mean after meals?
Your time is up.
Yes, PC. Boom. After meals. Good. Continue. All right. So watermelon. See, now watermelon has 100. All right. So since you answered that correctly, you get to go choose again.
Okay. I'll do equivalents for 100.
Okay. 1 GTT equals blank minimums.
Is it 1 minimum?
1 GTT equals, yes. And that was you, watermelon. Oh, this is confusing seeing you, Christine, talking on one screen, but it's called watermelon on another screen.
I didn't know how to change the name.
Oh, I'm sorry. Shoot. 1 GT is 1 drop. Uh-oh. Sorry. Is 1 drop, but 15 minimums.
1 GT.
One.
So is that different than 1 GTT?
Oh. Did I enter this wrong? I bet you. I think I was meant to put 15 GTTs. 1 drop, 1 minute. Yes, because then, and yes, because then 1 cc is 15 minutes. So it has to be. Okay, so that was my bad. All right, watermelon. Christine, the watermelon. Oh, I hear. Is that a baby? That sounds like a little baby.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't know my.
It's okay. It's okay. Sweet. Just helping you study. Okay. Go ahead, Christine.
Oh, I was saying someone else can go if they want to.
Okay, that was very kind of you. Pineapple. Who signed in as pineapple? You just have to unmute and tell me which category and which dollar amount.
Can you accept my?
What's that?
Can you accept me in, please?
Accept you in.
Yeah, they said, please wait for approval. Ask the moderator to click on the pin box to admit you.
Oh, I should not see you, hon. I'm gonna stop presenting for a second. It's not showing me that you're here. What are you trying to sign in as? Did you type a name?
Stegosaurus. Stegosaurus.
Can you type that in the
Yes.
chat? Thank you, hon. All right. Well, you know what I'm going to do for whoever's here? I'm just going to start choosing it myself. And if you know it, you can answer it. And if not, we will learn what the answer is. Okay. I'm going to go with enzymes for 100. Is smoking an enzyme inducer or an enzyme inhibitor? Should be sharing. Okay.
Is it an inhibitor?
It's an inducer. So what does an enzyme inducer, what does that mean? So let's say you took a drug, okay, whatever drug it is you took, okay, and you smoked. If smoking is an enzyme inducer, what does induce mean? It's going to speed up, increase, or decrease something. Going to increase, right? So it's going to increase the amount of enzymes, which means that the drug will be broken down and metabolized faster or slower?
Faster in a very short time.
Faster. Okay, good. So smoking is an enzyme inducer. Good. Okay. I'm just going to go on to enzyme 200. How about grapefruit juice? Is that an enzyme inducer or enzyme inhibitor? Yes, broccoli. Broccoli. Inducer. Was that you, Andrea? Broccoli? Okay. So, yeah. It's grapefruit juice does the opposite of smoking. So it's an inhibitor. So inhibitor means that you're going to have an increased amount or a decreased amount of enzyme.
Decreased amount of
A decreased amount. Awesome. So if there is a decreased amount of enzyme, will the drug be metabolized faster or slower?
Slower.
Slower. Right. Right. So that can be dangerous because let's think about this. You take a drug and your body, after drinking a lot of grapefruit juice, by doing that, you're inhibiting the enzymes that are going to break down that drug. So you're going to have a high level of drugs in your system for maybe longer than you should.
Yeah.
Okay. And so on the flip side, let's say you have an enzyme inducer, right? And we said that an enzyme inducer increases enzymes that metabolize the drug. So your drug will get broken. What's that?
Your drug will wear off faster.
Yes, right. So would the therapeutic level of that drug, how would it affect the therapeutic level of the drug in your system?
Half-life.
It would decrease it. Yes.
Yes.
So yes. Right. So you may be taking a drug and the doctor is prescribing it for, you should be taking it every 6 hours, you say. Okay. But if you are smoking and it's an enzyme inducer, that drug is not going to last in your system that full 6 hours before you take your next dose. Okay, so that's the importance of knowing what enzyme inducers and inhibitors are. Good. Okay, safety and legislation for 100. What pregnancy safety category indicates positive fetal risk and that in some cases, benefits may outweigh the risk?
C. Oh, D. It was dicey, yes.
It would be category D. So who can tell me what, can you tell me what a category C drug is though?
Category C drugs are
For pregnancy?
Category C drugs are not good for fetus and not good for mothers.
Right. So, well, let's see. A category C would show. Yes. So animal studies show. Yeah. I can't get over that baby sound. That is awesome. Okay. Well, I won't go into that because we already covered those, but definitely know the difference between all the categories, okay? What differentiates what category from what? Terminology. Oh, here we go. What is the time required for the blood concentration of the drug to fall to half of its original level? So, yes. Go ahead. Half-life. That's the half-life of a drug. The half-life of a drug. That is the that would be the definition of half-life. ED50 is the effective dose. So that one, remember we said that is the dose that produces a therapeutic effect that is 50% or half of its maximal response. That's what ED50 is. Half-life That is basically it's how it's getting metabolized in your body. Okay, so the time it takes for it to fall to half of its original level. It's kind of the opposite, yeah. ED50 is 50% of the maximal response. Half-life is half of the time it takes to decrease the level. All right, I'm going to do one more before we close this out. Scheduled drugs. Hydrocodone, acetaminophen, Vicodin belongs to which drug schedule?
Schedule A.
What was that?
Schedule A.
Schedule 2.
Schedule 2. These ones are, so when it's talking about the schedule, right, that's talking about controlled substances and their abuse potential. Okay, so that one would be Schedule 2. All right. Okay. So we have to actually wrap up, but I want to thank you guys for coming on. These are today was more of just like an introduction of things that we will be doing and utilizing. Now, obviously, if you guys have questions that you kind of, or topics that you're finding tricky and you want to kind of collaborate on, if you email me ahead of time, I can try and have it prepared for the next session or the session after that, depending on how much heads up you give me. So my email, now this kind of gets confusing. I have 2 ACC emails. Like these meetings, the meeting link was scheduled through my ACC work email. I'm not sure which email you guys have of mine. But either way, let's see, how can I get you? This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to type it in the chat. There you go. Okay, so you guys can always email me ahead of time if you guys have topics that you want to cover, okay? So thank you guys again for hopping in and participating. I really, really appreciate it. So thank you. And yes, we'll be in touch. Next meeting is Wednesday morning, tomorrow morning. So I'm going to try, depending on everybody's feedback, I'll try to do one morning, one evening to accommodate as many students in their schedules as possible, okay?
So is the meeting tomorrow going to be over like the things that we didn't cover today?
Probably, because there's still a lot we didn't go over. So okay. Yes, yeah.
Because with my schedule, like I can do like more in the afternoon or the night, but I can't do mornings.
Mornings are harder. Yeah. You know, and it really also is going to depend, like moving forward. Today I wanted to kind of get you guys familiar with interacting and using the systems and the Jamboards and the Jeopardy. But also, you know, it's going to depend on who comes to the meetings and what topics that you guys are wanting to collaborate on. Because this is, you know, really, I'm here to facilitate a session. If you guys, I mean, really, you guys are the ones that are going to lead it in terms of kind of where you want to focus. So, but if you guys give me a heads up and email me ahead of time, then I can prepare activities and things for us to do, right?
Do you have like office hours if we need to like ask you a question and we can like request a time to meet?
No, I don't really. They give me office hours to prepare this like your study sessions. I am available. If you email me anytime though, I will try to get back to you, you know, as quickly as I can. But SI and tutoring are supposed to be two completely separate things. So I don't want to step on anybody's feet. And I don't actually know if you guys have pharmacology tutors embedded in your class right now or not. Has there been any mention of that to you guys from Nancy about pharmacology tutoring? No?
I think it's on Blackboard, but I haven't looked into it.
Okay. Okay. Yes, because there are definitely pharmacology tutors. And it's definitely in your Blackboard. I know I saw it. I can make sure I get that out